Problems like this are assessing our understanding of the trigonometric ratios. So I'm going to type those in here. So we have, let me use this. We have that sine of A, so sine of the reference angle will equal the opposite divided by the hypotenuse. Know that cosine of A will equal the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse, and that the tangent of A equal the opposite over the adjacent. Now, those terms of opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse all refer to side lengths in a right triangle. So I'm gonna sketch a right triangle here. So here's a right triangle. I have my right angle here, and we need to figure out we need to pick a reference angle. It doesn't matter if we pick either one of these here. We don't want to, our reference angle won't be the 90 degrees, but it can be either the top or the bottom one. I'm just going to make it the top one A for now. So now with our reference angle A, I can label my side lengths, my opposite, adjacent, and my hypotenuse. So my longest side, the one opposite the 90, will always be my hypotenuse. The side length that is not touching the angle A, the one that's opposite, not touching it, is the opposite. And then the other side length that's touching the angle is my adjacent. Now I have labeled my opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse sides of my right triangle, and now I can go to my trigonometric ratio here. It is tangent of A is equal to 3/4. So that means that my opposite is 3, because the tangent is opposite over adjacent, and my adjacent is 4. So that means on here, my opposite, this length, is 3, and the adjacent is 4. Now to calculate my hypotenuse, I need to use the Pythagorean theorem. So my Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. C is the hypotenuse. And so in this case, my A and B are my side lengths I have, 4 and 3. So 4 squared plus 3 squared is equal to my hypotenuse squared, or c squared. And so to get my c squared, I can use some algebra here. 4 squared is 16, 3 squared is 9, which equals c squared. And that gives us 25, because 16 plus 9 is 25, equal to c squared. And so to get the value of c, my hypotenuse, I take the square root, which gives us a value of c of 5. So my hypotenuse is 5. Now I have all my side lengths. And so to get my different ratios, I have my sine of A. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So it'll be 3 is the opposite side, and the hypotenuse is 5. My cosine would be the adjacent over the hypotenuse, 4 over 5. Now my tangent of B, well, angle B is the other angle that hasn't been labeled here. So that's down here. So this would be B. And so when I change my angle of reference, what that does is it actually changes my opposite and adjacent, because now from B, the opposite side, the side that's not touching, is actually over here. So I'm going to swap these. So now my opposite is 4 and my adjacent is 3, because I changed my angle of reference. So tan of B would be opposite over adjacent, so 4 over 5, 4 over 3. Sine of B would be opposite over hypotenuse, 4 over 5. And cosine would be adjacent over hypotenuse, 3 over 5.